okyekuumidde ku Agaf Embuga bwentyo nontuuse ogakuwa mu bujjuvu era ntandise n'emboozi ey'abakulembeze b'amawanga agakola omukago gwa East Africa bannaffe bano abalabikako mu lutuulo lw'enjawulo era nga olukuŋŋaana luno lwe baalimu lwo lwali lwa ku mutimbagano kye waliise vakyo era nga ekyali kibasinkanya oba kye baali bateesaako baali bateesa ku butya bwe bayinza okutebenkeza embeera eyayonoonese mu bitundu by'e Congo era bw'atyo omukulembeze w'eggwanga Uganda Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yinaayongera okunnyikiza obukulu bw'enkolagana z'amawanga naddala agegatira mu mukago gwa East Africa era n'ategeeza nti kyankizo nnyo era kya mugaso nnyo okulaba nti tufaayo nnyo okutebenkeza eggwanga lya DRC Congo.
The purpose of integration are really three. Number one, how do you solve the problem of prosperity? Ustawi wa jamii. Prosperity comes from business, production of goods and services. When you produce goods and services, where do you sell them? You sell them within the country, you sell them within the region, you sell them in Africa and internationally. The more buyers you have, the better. So this is the logic. This is the logic of integration. We have no other way if we want to, unless we want to be like Latin America, which live next to the United States, but because of the way they are organized, they are living in misery, and next door, United States is the most powerful country in the world now. And yet it's a young country. It started just yesterday. When our kingdoms were here, Kingdom of Buganda, Kingdom of Ankole, Kingdom of Rwanda, Kingdom of Karagwe, Kingdom of Burundi, we were here. Now this new country called United States, because it was founded on new principles, is a superpower, and here we are, where we are. So this generation must solve that distortion. The second point about integration is strategic security. You can see how insecurity doesn't know boundaries. It goes from here to there. If we don't work together, we shall not manage the issue of insecurity.
Tweyongerayo n'amawulire agafa embuga omukulembeze w'eggwanga bw'atyo yakyaza ambassador wa America mu Uganda mu makage agobwa president wano wennyini Entebbe era mu nsonga ze bayogerako ennyingi mwe mwali okulaba nti bongera okunyweza enkolagana ya Uganda n'eggwanga erya America. Ate era bwe tweyongerayo omukulembeze w'eggwanga mu kwongera okunyweza ekyo kye yalayira okukola ekyokulwanyisa obulyake n'obuli bw'enguzi bw'atyo nno mu kiwandiiko kye yayisizza ku mukutu gwe ogwa X oba giyite Twitter yayongedde okukakasa era bw'atyo n'alabula abo bonna abeenyigidde mu kubulankanya ensimbi za PDM era yasinziddaawo wennyininyini n'alagira omuduumizi wa poliisi nti ayimirize embagirawo akakalu ka poliisi konna akabadde kaweebwa abantu abeenyigidde mu kubulankanya ensimbi za PDM. Ate ebyo nga tubitadde ebbali bw'atyo omukulembeze w'eggwanga ng'awerekeddwa ako ne maama First Lady ate nga minisita w'ebyenjigiriza n'emizannyo mu ggwanga lya Uganda mukyala Kataha Museveni babadde bwe batyo nga bali mu bitundu by'Elango mu kulondoola obuweereza bwa PDM era eno yennyini gye basinzidde bwe batyo ne batongoza oba okutema evunike ery'okuzimba ekisaawe gali kwoleka ekya Akibuwa nga kino omukulembeze w'eggwanga yali yakisuubiza dda era nga kaakano yatutegeezezza nti enteekateeka zonna ziwedde era bwe kuba kusimbula basimbudde.
President Museveni ng'akyali mu bitundu by'Elango okunnyikiza enkola ya PDM era ng'aliwo ne mukyala we Janet Kataha Museveni yatema evvuunike ery'okuzimba ekisaawe kya Akibuwa Olympic Stadium mu kibuga ky'Erira. Ekisaawe kino gali kwoleka kigenda kuwementa obukadde bwa dola za America 129 nga company okuva mu Egypt eyitibwa Samco National Construction Company ne Qatar Sports ze zigenda okukola omulimu guno. Kisuubirwa nti okuzimba kuno kugenda kutwala emyezi 2 oba gamba omwaka gumu n'emyezi 8. Pulezidenti yannyonnyola nti ekirwisizza omulimu guno si bya bufuzi era tebakikola kunoonya kalulu wabula waliwo ebyetaago ebirala ebikulu ebyalina okukolebwa ng'ate ensawo nfunda.
Now, when you, after attorney, then the next is say how do I move? Do I try to do duchu or mot?
Kado ikobi jo kopateni adong John Yang. Tedong penyer kenini. Jamani atwero tie you dushu atetie kawachi. Yel iya work mot.
If you hear somebody saying I will do duchu together, you know he's a goba.
Ekado hite bini kome puonyere.
Education.
Puonyere.
You have seen the schools.
Uni nenu schools kana jo kwani ye.
In 1961,
Imwa hapier bichel we achiel.
when I went to S1 at Ntare,
Karamena donyi senior chiel mani school amaoluni Ntare.
there were so many boys from Lango and northern Uganda and West Nile and other parts of Uganda. They were all there.
Ikarinasho nutin kwana yai Lao, yai West Nile, kere yai tung malme Uganda nugi upol tutwal kunasha.
Boys like Bernard Olira, like Ariai, and all, they were all there in Ntare.
Which are liaigi, Banadu lilagi, Jonu dushuri kwanuntare.
Why?
Pitien kopango,
There was not a single A-level school in the whole of northern Uganda.
Pulezidenti yagamba nti ekizimbisiza ekisaawe kino kwe kuwa omuddusi wa Uganda eyasooka okuleeta omudaali gwa zaabu mu Uganda John Akibwa ekijjukizo ate n'okwetegekera emizannyo gya AFCON egigenda okutegekerwa mu Uganda, Kenya ne Tanzania mu mwaka 2027.
So it's not that we didn't know about sports. I'm a sportsman, I've told you.
Manu petere ni nuandong pe angeo nyo pe amar kop metuhu, ana bera tuhu kita chala kobe ukere.
But mot.
Ento lang ko ni momot utera de dehipi.
Acher.
Achiel
Makes a bundle.
kau choho kara chiel dohu boch.
Now, even now, we had wanted to do Akibwa before, but we didn't get the money at that time. And we were able to do Nambore because the Chinese had offered to do Nambore in 1960s.
Utecha kukere nambole, mi wachahi nambole, piani mwahapira bichel wiye, jome China, new Chinese, nugerik do yeo kome gero nambole.
But they couldn't do it because there was no coach.
Omukulembeze yannyonnyola nti okutegeka emizannyo gya AFCON kyajja n'obukwakulizo nga weetaagisa okubaawo ekisaawe ky'ennyonyi okuliraana awanaazanyirwa nga mu kino ekisaawe kya Hoima n'ekya Kabaleega byakuyambako nnyo.
Those who come here and tell you no Akibwa, no vote, those are gobas.
Kori jo abinu te bere rede wiwini aka kibwa pepe me yukwir manu beru goba.
And really I don't have much time for those.
Dan da pe ticha ma bala pikori jonno.
This time
Enna mani ni dong.
we had agreed with the other East Africans.
Amedo tikere lobe ukene me East Africa.
Kenya and Tanzania.
Ameobero Kenya kere Tanzania.
To host the AFCON.
One ubinu jollo to hume AFCON manu do babu chingu keri jire.
Then we said, although we are not yet ready
Eka karitu ko buni put pe utiu yubere aber total.
to handle sports stadium comprehensively.
Amedo tuero iberu kere stadium ame beru kere tuhu apol kita me mite kere.
Now that we are committed with other East Africans,
Amedo wando moho tamoko kere lobe ukene me East Africa ni.
we must do the 3 stadiums they want.
One
Mama Janet Kataha Museveni ng'era ye minisita w'emizannyo n'ebyenjigiriza yeebaza pulezidenti olw'okwagala nnyo ebyemizannyo.
I'm so happy to be in Lango today at this historic event. The journey to this milestone has been a long one. And so we are grateful to God for this day because it marks a new chapter in the sports subsector. Thank you, Mr. President, for always finding time in your busy schedule to be part of our sports events and for your commitment to the development of sports in our nation.
Mama Janet Museveni yayongerako nti waliwo ebisaawe bingi ebirala ebiri mu kuddaabirizibwa nga muno mwe muli ekya Hoima, Mandela Stadium, Kacheeka, Lugogo Sports Complex wamu n'ebirala nga bino byonna bitunuuliddwa okutumbula omutindo gw'emizannyo mu Uganda.
Just last month, you commissioned the High Altitude Training Center in Kapchorwa, another milestone in the sports subsector. This facility will not only serve our young athletes, but the entire region, as Honorable Cheng was saying of Akibua. For years, the development of sports infrastructure has been top on our agenda, but due to several competing demands, we could not commence on the construction of Akibua Stadium in memory of our legend, John Akibua.
Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng onembako omukyala akulira Lira City yeebaza President ne Mama Janet olw'okuweesa omukolo ekitiibwa n'okwongera omutindo mu by'emizannyo bya Uganda.
Allow me also to thank the people of Lira City for coming at very short notice in such large numbers. Apoyi unubinu tuwakopwaj bota duong lobo. Kwa winduru keri jira mekwa ya duong lobo in stadium. Your Excellency, on behalf of the people of Lango, allow me to appreciate you for coming here to fulfill a vision that you started in 2010. That was the month of March when you wrote to the Prime Minister then, after meeting a delegation from Lango sub-region. The people of Lango love sports, and they love sports so much. It is what brings people together. There is a strong culture, and there are a group of talented players here in Lango. So they are extremely excited that we are going to have a stadium here that will not only serve Lango, but serve the entire Uganda.
Tweyongerayo n'agafa embuga amalala bwe lityo ejje lya UPDF nga lyeteekerateekera okuzza olunaku olwa tarehe 6 olw'omulundi ogwana mwena ogenda okukwatibwa mu bbendobendo ly'e Masaka. Bannaffe bano bategeeza nti enteekateeka zonna ziwedde era mu bikujjuko ebingi ebisoose okukolebwa ng'omukolo guno tegunnaba kutuuka, ate mwe mbadde n'okutuusa obujjanjabi ku bantu ab'omu kitundu eky'eryantonde awamu ne disitulikiti ey'e Lwengo, era nga eno basobodde okulongoosa abantu abakunukkiriza 10 nga bagamba nti n'abali eyo mu 1500 be basobodde okuganyulwa mu buweereza obw'enjawulo.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Godfrey Ngobia, team leader, Team 3, which is giving services to the community in the districts of Lyantonde and Lwengo. We started with Lyantonde on the 27th of January, and we stayed there for 5 days, and yesterday was our 5th day. So this morning we moved on to Lwengo district, and right now here where we are is Chinoni Health Center 3, where we are providing medical services. We have a mobile clinic that is conducting medical services for 2 days. Today, good enough, we have even the mobile dental clinic is here today. As you have seen, they are giving services there, dental services, and we also have an eye clinic, mobile eye clinic, that is giving services to the community here. And these two clinics, the eye and dental, for them, they are here only for today, one day. According to their program, tomorrow they will be in the next district. They will be moving to Rakai. The turn-up of patients, since it is our first day in Ruengo, the turn-up is still a bit low, but we hope by tomorrow the numbers will have gone up. Where we have been for the last 5 days, I could say the turn-up was so good that so far among all the 5 teams, Lianton, the team 3 is the leading team as far as surgical conditions are concerned. We have managed to work on over 110 surgical. We have managed over 110 surgical cases in Liantonde district, and there was a balance of surgical cases, and we intend to have these surgical cases attended to where we have shifted to Chazang Health Center 4. We shall be actually, even this morning, as we were transferring from Liantonde to Ruengo, we came with some 4 surgical cases that we have begun with at Chazanga Health Center 4. And the experience we had that mainly communities are affected by malaria. Malaria was one of the main cases we saw. And then there was also, we saw a lot of respiratory tract infections, cough, flu. Yeah, they were so common, maybe given the weather that's a bit dry, and there was a lot of respiratory tract infections. And even the other third common disease were, I think, urinary tract infections, UTIs. These were also noted. And in total, I think we saw over 1,500 cases. Yeah, over 1,500 cases in Liantonde in the mobile medical clinics. With dental, they saw around 160 patients in those two days, and the eye and the clinic also in their 2 days. Over 180 patients were seen. Number of surgical cases worked on, and mainly these included we saw very many hernias. We saw people with the hydrocele, and these were worked on, and we saw people with the goiter. There were actually many, and these were operated on. And goiter is one of major operations. It is a major operation. Even we worked on people with the prostate, enlarged prostate. Yeah, these were operated upon, and so minor other surgeries, including enlarged scars, those big scars. Yeah, they were excised. Our observation made is this time round, there was a good turn-up of men getting involved and coming to seek our medical services. But mainly, women are generally always more than men. But this time, we realized a good turn-up of men, especially the elderly. They were there, very many, and what we would do encourage the communities that men also would really in this era where we are living and there is an increase in non-communicable diseases. These ones affect men and women. So we would encourage men also to seek medical services wherever they are.
Ate bwetutyo bwe tugendako mu kanyomero kaffe akamvubuka agunjuse omukulembeze w'eggwanga nga bwetera okuba enkola ye bw'aba akomekkereza okutabaala eyo yonna PDM gy'aba asensedde bw'atyo tumulaba ng'aggulawo amatendekero ag'emikono era n'ellaŋŋo bwekityo bwe kyabadde omukulembeze w'eggwanga yatongozza ettendekero ery'emikono era bw'atyo bwe yabadde alitongoza n'asiima nnyo emirimu egikoleddwa n'agamba nti kisobodde okuyigiriza abavubuka okukola ate n'okutondawo emirimu era bw'atyo n'asiima n'ategeeza nti agenda kwongera mu masomo
nga bwe baalugera nti emiti emito gye giguniza ekibira gavumenti ya uganda ng'ekulemberwa pulezidenti Yoweri Museveni yateekawo amabanguliro mu bitundu bya uganda eby'enjawulo okusomesa abavubuka emirimu gy'emikono wansi wa pulojekiti ya Presidential Initiative for Scaling Girl and Boy Child. President Museveni ng'akyali mu bbendobendo ly'erango nga era awerekeddwako omukyala we Janet Kataha Museveni baggulawo ebbanguliro ly'abayizi erya Lango erisangibwa mu sseero ya Ayere mu Parabo Ward mu disitulikiti y'Erira. Wetwogerera ng'amabanguliro ag'ekika kino gawera 19 mu bitundu eby'enjawulo era nga gamaze okuzimbibwa nga gawa abayizi amasomo ag'enjawulo omuli okuzimba ebyokubajja, wolodingi, okusiba enviiri, okufumba keeki, okutunga ebyamaliba nga engato n'ensawo wamu n'ebyobulimi.
We're going to increase the skills here. We're going to include motor mechanics, also electric work, so that they have got a bigger base of skills.
President yasuubiza bamuwuliriza nti agenda kwongera ku masomo agaweebwa abayizi mu bbanguliro lino ery'Erira nga basomesa okukanika oba kiyite motor mechanics, eby'amazzi plumbing, eby'amasannyalaze electronic, bongere ku bumanyi bw'abayizi bwe bayina. Mu buufu bwe bumu yagamba nti minisitule y'ebyenjigiriza nayo etaddemu amasomo ag'emikono mu masomero aga bulijjo era n'asaba abakulembeze mu kitundu kino nabo bakole bwe batyo.
And we are even, the Minister of Education is introducing a new curriculum.
Ministry ya mela opuonyere tie donyo kare kene it will make kireme kwana nyen,
which has got an element of practical work.
Ametia kello giname gudu kom diro kere kwiri ame omi ametie ba teaching ame watu ponyo dakani.
Even in the colonial times, we used to do some of these things like these children are doing here, like carpentry and so on. If you appreciate what is happening here, go and spread it out in the primary schools and in the secondary schools.
Presidenti yabasuubiza nti entegeka zikolebwa okussaawo sako eri abamaliriza okusoma buli district we baneewolanga ssente okwetandikirawo emirimu egy'enjawulo nga basasula amagoba amatono.
I'm going to set up a circle. January has already done that.
Awinyo kwashu memnyayo kakapuonyere enti chawani waro temosako ame state house controller kire timu ya dong omiyodotio kwani
for the graduates per district.
Yes, Ssentebe w'ebbanguliro lino ery'Erira yagamba nti bukya batandika okubangula abayizi bafulumiza abayizi abawerera ddala 910 nga 453 ku bano baana babuwala.
Sharing 21 slots.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A very good evening to you all and welcome to UBC News Tonight. And this is our first edition. We're coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House.